Most people enrolled in Medicare Part B pay a monthly premium of $174.70. However, if you had a high income, you could be charged over $500 a month for Part B. Hi, I'm Larry Goist, owner of LMS Insurance Group, where we help seniors navigate the Medicare maze. So in today's short video, I'm telling you guys all about IRMAA, which stands for Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. And I'm going to go over three real basic topics. So number one, I'm going to tell you exactly what IRMAA is. Number two, I'm going to tell you how much IRMAA would cost you. And then thirdly, I'm going to tell you a couple ways where you can get out of paying IRMAA if you've had certain life-changing events. And that's all coming up next. Okay, so again, IRMAA stands for Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. And this is basically you're paying an extra amount every month for Medicare because you had a high income. And they calculate IRMAA by going 2 years back on your tax returns. So in 2024, they use your 2022 returns to calculate your Part B premium. So what they look at is they look at your MAGI, your Modified Adjusted Gross Income, which all that is your AGI, which is line 11 of your tax returns, and then you add any tax-exempt foreign income to that number. And that's how you come up with your MAGI, your Modified Adjusted Gross Income. And if your MAGI comes back over 103,000 if you're single, or over 206,000 if you're married, you're going to pay more for Medicare Part B. Now, if you're married but you file separately, if you did over 103,000, you're going to automatically go up to one of the highest brackets on IRMAA. So most people at 65 are filing jointly, but if you are married filing separately, either one of you, if it's over 300,000, you're going to really get spiked on your Part B premium. And again, it's important to remember that it's always 2 years past tax returns. So your 2025 premium is based on your 2023 returns. Your 2026 premium is based on your 2024 returns, and so on. So in other words, if you're single and make under 300,000, you pay the standard Medicare premium, $174.70. If you're married and make under 206,000, you pay the standard premium, $174.70. So if you're subject to IRMAA, how much would this actually cost you? Well, there are 5 different brackets of IRMAA, and so it starts at people that make over 103,000 or 206 married, and goes up all the way to people that make over $500,000. So as you can see from the chart on the screen, your first increase goes to $244.60. So if you're between 103,000 and 129 and you're single, you're going to pay that $244.60. And if you're married and you're above 206 up to 258,000, again, it's that $244.60. And these brackets go all the way, there's 4 more, and they go all the way to couples or individuals that make over $500,000. The people that are making over $500,000 are paying $594 a month each for their Part B. So again, the majority of people will pay the standard premium, $174.70. But anything over those thresholds, and they're going to put you into whatever IRMAA bracket you fall into. And this won't be adjusted until your tax returns reflect that you made under those numbers. Now, the same rules apply for Part D of Medicare. So if you pick up Part D and it's the same income brackets, if you're over 103,000, you're going to pay more for Part D. You're going to pay an extra monthly surcharge. In the first bracket, you would pay an extra $12.90 a month. But if you're in the highest bracket, you would pay an extra $81 a month on top of your regular Part D prescription drug premium. And again, that's the same rules. It goes 2 years back on your federal tax returns. Okay, so I'm sure some of you are thinking, well, hey, my income was high 2 years ago, but I stopped working. I couldn't afford to pay that because I don't make that kind of money anymore. And that's when you would appeal IRMAA if you've had life-changing events. So you would fill out the SSA 44 form, which is, again, you are appealing that decision. You're saying you had a life-changing event and you no longer make that kind of income. And there's 7 basic reasons where you could appeal IRMAA, and the government could come in and say, okay, yeah, you don't have to pay that extra amount. You're just going to pay the standard $174 a month. So here is that list of reasons. So number 1, if you were married, so if you've been married in the last 2 years, that would be a consideration to appeal IRMAA. Second reason would be that you've been divorced. So you might have had that higher income with a spouse. Now you become divorced in the last 2 years. That would be a qualification to appeal IRMAA. If your spouse has passed away, okay, the death of a spouse, that's a reason where you could fill out the SSA 44 and have your IRMAA back down to the normal price. Now the next 2 are going to be the most common. So if you had stopped work or you had a reduction in hours in work, those are both reasons where you could appeal IRMAA. In which you would have to provide some sort of documentation from your employer or some sort of pay stubs or even a more recent tax return that shows you're no longer making that kind of income. And then the last 2 would be the loss of an income producing property. So if you had sold a rental or you had a commercial business that you were renting and you no longer have that income, an apartment, whatever it may be, that would be an appealable category for IRMAA. Or if you had the loss of a pension. So you were getting a pension and for whatever reason that pension was no longer there. You didn't have that kind of income coming in. That is the final reason, the life-changing event where you're able to appeal IRMAA. So to conclude, again, IRMAA is Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. And this is a surcharge for high-income earners. They're going to go 2 years back on your tax returns to determine if you have to pay more for Part B, and it is auto-adjusted every year. Now, if you've had a life-changing event and you no longer make that kind of income, you're going to want to fill out the SSA Form 44, and you're going to want to appeal that to try to get your Part B and Part D premiums back to a normal level. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, definitely give it a like or a share. I appreciate all your support. Larry Goist, LMS Insurance Group. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks.